So in order to audit, what are the main areas that you will normally look into? Let's say, established seller, they have like a million turnover per month.
Yeah, so the main areas that we're looking at during an audit, in no particular order, one is going to be PPC. Of course, we're going to look to just make sure that the campaigns are structured well. We like to look at the SQP data to basically make sure that they see what opportunities might be available, what gaps there are in their PPC, right? So if their conversion rate is better than the market conversion rate and they're not ranking and not pushing a particular keyword, that's an opportunity. And conversely, if their conversion rate is worse than the market and they're still pushing on that keyword, is probably waste. So that's like what we're looking at with PPC. A listing optimization, of course. So we'll plug in their listings to some third-party software and try to figure out if there's gaps in the listings that they could be improved. We'll look also at like the inventory age report to see how they're handling their logistics and operations, making sure that they're in that target range. If it's like small and light products at FBA of like 90 to 120 days in stock, they don't have anything that's there for like a year that's sitting there with long-term storage fees accumulating. So make sure they're in a good range there. Also, like the reimbursements, we'll have a look to see if there's like any reimbursements available that they didn't know about. We'll have a look at deals to see if they've like ran deals during Prime Day, if they run lightning deals on a regular basis. Those are like, I would say, the main things that we're looking at during audit.
Yeah, you mentioned about search query performance, right? And to find the gap, you mentioned that. So how do you find the gap using search query performance report?
Yeah, so basically there's a way that you could download the data in a search query performance report to see your conversion rate versus your competitor conversion rate on a keyword by keyword basis. So like you can, what we do is draw out like a heat map to show like here's the opportunities, right? And here's the ones where you are overspending. Because for me, PPC, like the goal of PPC is to rank organically, right? PPC is a tool. And so if you're just spending money on PPC and you're not achieving that, is very unlikely that it's profitable, like that little portion of it. So, those work hand in hand. Another, metric that we like to look at is the ratio of organic to PPC. So like a very, very healthy ratio is like 70% organic, 30% PPC. Not everybody can achieve that, but that's like that's really ideal. But if it's like the inverse, for example, like 70% PPC, 30% organic, that would be usually a sign that they're overdoing the PPC.